Easter is just around the corner, and if you're looking for an easy and delicious dessert, we have one for you today. Joining us is Anne from Anne's Table for Two. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you too. I always love meeting friendly guests. That's one of the best parts of this show. So we are making a raspberry pineapple pie today.
This is true, and this was my grandmother's recipe, and I wish I knew where she got it from because I would love to give them the acknowledgement for creating it. I know she didn't, but this was always one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
And I will tell you that she did make it with strawberries instead of raspberries, but we have a lot of raspberry fans in our family, so I switched it to raspberries.
So you think it tastes better with the raspberries?
I do. So if you want to make it with strawberries, that's fine, and there's just 4 ingredients.
Oh, that's simple.
So we take whole raspberries, a 10-ounce package in its own syrup, and then an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple in water or whatever syrup. I like the one with water, or its own juice rather. And then this is cook and serve. It is not instant. Yes. Cook and serve vanilla pudding.
No instant pudding.
And then some kind of a prepared crust. Now, I have doubled this because if you use a crust where you do the rollout one and you make your own crust in a bigger one, it will take a double of this. So there's 2 of this, 2 of this, and 2 of this. If not, if you're going to use the ready-made cookie crusts, well, you know, sometimes I have some of these left over, or you can put the extra in little dessert cups with the whipped topping on.
Oh, that would be cute.
Okay, so whichever. So now I like to put this on high. I might have put down in the recipe that you'll see online, I might have put down to make it medium high because I get a little nervous telling people to do on high. But if you keep stirring it, which is what you want to do, and you just put all of these 3 fillings inside and just keep stirring it.
Here goes the pudding.
That's it. And you just keep stirring it until it starts to thicken. Once it starts to thicken and bubble, let it go for about a minute and then pour it into the crust.
So you do want it to bubble.
You do want it to bubble.
I don't know a lot about cooking, but I know sometimes if things bubble, that's bad.
No, this one you do.
In this case, it's good.
If you don't let it bubble and thicken enough, it'll be runny, which it'll still taste good, but it will be runny.
Okay.
Okay?
It won't be as pretty when you make that perfect slice out of your Easter raspberry pineapple pie.
Now, the one other good thing about this is that these are all ingredients you can either have in your freezer or in your pantry, and they have a good long shelf life. So if you have company coming tomorrow, you just whip it up today, and that's it. And you'll see with the whipped topping. I'm sorry, it's 5 ingredients. There's whipped topping on it. We'll show you that after.
And that is a very important ingredient.
Yes, it is.
I talk about how much I love chocolate, but whipped topping, I could drink it from a cup.
I know it.
Which seems a little silly,
and you can
but
do
it's
so
good.
much, and they make so many desserts with it. But you know, I understand that your husband is a dental student.
Yes, we talked about that. He's in dental school.
Yes, well, I'm a dental hygienist. I've been a hygienist for 41 years, and my position for 27 years has been abruptly eliminated on February 1st, and a lot of people think I retired, but I'm still too young to retire.
Look at her. She's way too young. She's just hitting 30.
I have another position that starts on May 1st, and the exciting thing about this is I'm working for Dr. Christopher McGarrett on 200 Silver Street in Agawam, which is directly across the street from Geisler Supermarket. I can see their door from where I'm working. So if those of you some of your viewers have bumped into me at Geisler's and said to me, you know, oh, I love your recipes, so you'll probably see me in there more often because I'm working part-time and I'll be working there across the street.
Oh, well, she's right across the street, so you can see a famous face. I bet she'd sign autographs if you wanted her to.
I would be happy to. Of course, my cookbook is there at the service desk always.
Oh, okay, great. And so we just keep stirring this?
We're just going to stir this, and we'll just let it thicken. And when we come back, I'm going to pour it in, and I'll show you how how much more it will go in the extras. And
oh, great!
This is the hardest part about this is waiting for it to cook.
All right, sounds great. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being with us. We'll be back with Anne in just a bit to finish up this recipe. Now I'm going to. We're back in the kitchen with Anne Macy from Anne's Table for Two to finish up our raspberry pineapple pie. So while we were on break, you just kept stirring that.
I kept stirring and it's perfect. It's just ready to go. But there's 2 things I want to mention. First of all, if you really want to give it a nice vibrant red, you can put about 1/4 teaspoon of red food coloring in. I didn't do it on this one, but I did do it on this one.
So that's just if you want to.
Right, it's optional. The other thing is that the one thing about the pineapple, I'm not a big fan of pineapple mixed with something. I like plain pineapple. But you need it in this because it gives it some kind of bulk. Otherwise, the raspberries will just, there's so much water in raspberries that it would just be nothing.
All right, so you have to have the pineapple in there if you want it to thicken.
Now, you see how I filled this up? This would have totally filled this one, but I have a little bit extra.
Oh, those are so cute.
Yes, these come in a package of 6. My husband likes this. As a matter of fact, these are going home to my husband.
Okay, so I can't have one.
No, you can. I'm leaving you guys the pie that's already made.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Now you have to wait for it to chill, so I made one ahead of time. And this one is chilled, and you just put some kind of whipped topping, or you can use, you know, real whipped cream if you want to, but you know, everybody, all of the viewers know that I'm like as lazy as it gets. So if it's quick and easy, I do it.
Okay, and how long did you freeze it for? Not the Cool Whip, the pie.
I just
chilled
chilled it.
it.
Just
Oh,
make sure,
chilled it.
or just make sure it's not so hot that whatever topping that you put on top isn't going to melt. That's
right.
all. And now the good thing about this too is that this comes with its own little plastic top, so it's great for traveling.
Oh.
So, and I am bringing this, so my brother will know. He's the one that loves the raspberry. I'm bringing this for Easter dinner. So
Oh, great, and it's so pretty.
It
The
is.
nice red color.
It
It really,
is. And
it brings
actually-
in spring, finally.
I don't understand why, because there have been times when I have felt like I've had to add this, but for some reason I didn't have to do it today. It looks the same color as it was under here. So,
Well, it's beautiful.
so do you want to taste it, or do
Yeah,
you,
let's dig in.
This is, and I have to admit I like the baked dough crust better, but my husband likes the cookie crust. And can you see how it's nice and it's all firm in there? That won't happen if you don't stir it enough.
Oh, okay.
So that's
All
the
right,
important thing.
Okay, here I go.
So,
I'm going in.
and then after these are cooled, I'll put a little bit of whipped topping on those.
And those are great for parties, because
They
if you're
are.
going to an Easter party and you can serve individual ones,
Yes.
it's perfect.
It is perfect. The other thing is too is that you can just. I did make some for my husband with just putting them in the dessert cups, and especially now, you know how they do, the little tiny itty bitty desserts for, parties. This is perfect for it. You
Right.
just put it in. And
But this wouldn't have the crust, it would just have the filling.
to just have the right. Or if you wanted to, you could take the kind that you roll out and just make a little cookie cutter and bake it, and then put it on the bottom if you wanted to do that,
That
too.
would be cute too, but other than that, it's like a little parfait. Okay, here I go. I'm gonna try the raspberry pineapple pie.
And there have been times too where I didn't double it, and I would just add some either blackberries or raspberries or blueberries before I, just as it was done cooking, and that gave it some bulk. But I like it better this way, just without the fresh.
I love this.
So, and if you want the recipe, it's on your website, it's on my website, annstablefort2.com. And of course, you all know that I usually cook for two, but this is one recipe. I just didn't want to reduce it.
I know. I'm licking my fingers. It's that good. To learn more about Anne's upcoming events or to buy her cookbook and to view these great recipes, just log on to annstablefort2.com. Thanks for being with us, Anne.
Thank you.